All right, guys. You're all any good? Okay. I want to take 5 minutes and talk about the same thing I always talk about when I do this, but the last time I did it was 5 years ago. Hang on. My notes are not on paper, so there we go. Excuse me. There's been a very interesting thing that happened in not too long ago. Is that we made a kit, full kit. Here's a box full of everything that you need to make a project for DIY audio called the Amp Camp Amp. There was one that came out in spring. That pre-order sold out. How many, Jason? What was the spring? Spring was what? 200 units? 150? Yeah. So it was like 200 units sold out in hours. Right? Nobody expected that. Absolutely nobody expected that. So then we said, oh, well, we should probably do a pre-order. Hey, who's interested? Did all this stuff. And the long story made short is that the Amp Camp Amp kit by DIY Audio, designed by Nelson Pass, sold in excess of 1,000 units. Okay, why is this important? Okay, some of those people, actually quite a few people, bought stereo. Okay, so you take the 1,000 units, you cut that in half. But let's say that maybe if 75% of the people who hang out on DIY Audio, people that have already done stuff, bought an Amp Camp Amp, that means 25% of those sales, 250 amps, it's actually more than that, but 250 amps are in new people. Okay? When I was here talking for my 5 minutes 5 years ago, I was making a point about how anybody my age, somebody Gen X, people who are in their 40s and 50s now, essentially skipped a generation of audiophiles, right? We are seeing some young kids in here, but mostly all you guys are old. And that's okay. Now, we're getting a new generation of people. Now, do I mean that specifically as this is, you know, the young kids are coming in? No, what we're doing is we're getting people from headphones. You have no idea how important this is. But the future of audio are people that bought better headphones and said, oh, wait, there's something to this. Okay? And now we have our niche hobby known as audio. And then we have our niche of us that do it ourselves, right? And anybody that we can get in, we need to nurture. So I am talking to you who are here at Burning Amp right now because you have all done something or are interested, and I'm talking to you who's watching this on YouTube later because you're watching it, you're still interested, okay? The important thing is that we need to engage the new people, okay? We have, coming up in the store, the crossover for the LX Mini coming up. We've got the second harmonic distortion widget that Nelson's going to talk about here in 3 minutes. We've got Wayne's op amp, the little purple boards that he was talking about 2 hours ago. We've got the M2X amplifier, which was done by Mark Johnson, but it was actually a Nelson Pass thing originally. Zen Mod did a preamp that uses a transformer, wired as an auto former for gain. We've got new kits. We've got the ACA 1.6. We'll have a kit full of parts for the Whammy amplifier, which was last year's project by Wayne. And we've got all sorts of other stuff. We've got new kits of parts so people can engage and have a good time. I am not here to talk about that stuff. What I'm here to talk about is that we are going to get new people in our community, right? And I need you guys to say, hi, I've built something before. I can help, right? And I don't know how you want to reach out and say that I can help, but the easiest thing to do is make a PM or just do it in the forum and say, hi, yeah, I'll help you, right? Somebody who is building a new project that isn't a full kit, and remember, the full kit so far, we've had one, right? Somebody who's building a new project is going to be completely stymied by something that everybody in this room has already done once. I don't know what that is. That is maybe ordering something. That is maybe trying to figure out how to solder SMD. That is maybe trying to figure out where do I buy a chassis? Where do I get wire? Where do I get wire is actually one of those kind of funny questions anymore, right? There's no surplus stores. You can't run out to Radio Shack. Where do you get wire, right? Somebody might be able to answer that, okay? So, oh yeah, and post more photos.
Electronics, Berkeley, California.
Yeah, which is fantastic, but I'm in Denver, right? eBay's actually not bad. Amazon's not bad, but how many people know that? People in this room are answering that question. We need it answered on the forum, right? We need stuff like that answered on the forum. So, for example, where's my notes? Okay, the Amp Camp Amp came out, And there are 3 people in the AMP Camp AMP 1.6 thread who have just jumped in and been absolutely fantastic helping out the new people with their projects. Rafa has, and Alan, he's Welsh, Rafa is in Ecuador, and then Anand is in this room somewhere. And these 3 guys have been, have just jumped in and helped with the project and been very, very helpful for the new guys. And that's the type of stuff that we need to see from everybody. I am not complaining that you are not doing it. That is not my point of this. What I'm saying is that this is the group that is going to help nurture the new people. Somebody who is new needs to be able to have a successful event building it, whatever it is that they want. Because everybody in here knows the, let's put it all together and let's test it, or maybe not. In fact, most people not. It's let's put it all together. You look at it. Yeah, all the connections are there. Hopefully, if it's got big electrolytic capacitors in it, you put safety glasses on before plugging it in the first time and you see if the magic smoke stays in, right? That's how it goes. And that is, and when it stays in, isn't it great? It's a wonderful thing. It really is a wonderful thing. Take pictures, post pictures. Take pictures and post pictures. I can't make a point of that enough. 2 things. Make pictures and post pictures. I'm going to go with that. Okay. People learn visually. People who don't know, people who are dealing in a subject that they are not familiar with, you can't just talk to them. You can't just have them read something. You have to do that as well as see pictures. So everybody has one of these in your pocket. In fact, if anybody doesn't have one of these in your pocket, please hold it up. Okay? Everybody has the ability to take photos. Everybody has the ability to go ahead and post those. I don't care what you're building. Put more posts with photos in it on the forum, and we will have more engagement over the entire forum from new people and from everybody else going on. The thing just beeped. Oh my God. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have much more to say other than I'm asking you guys, because you guys, this is literally preaching to the choir, right? We have to figure out how to engage the new people. We have to figure out how to do that, and it is nothing more than just reach out. Reach out to the people. The new people have to understand that the only stupid question on the forum is the one that they don't ask. It is completely fine to ask, can I use the red wire instead of the blue because I'm out of red? Okay, there are people that don't understand that, right? Because we're not electronics people. Sure, there are people that are in electronics here, okay? This is, and you know, there's semi people over there, and there's audio designers over there, and there's a butcher over there, and there's a baker, and I know that we got a doctor in here. I fly airplanes. This is not a group of electronics people. This is a group of people interested in electronics, and that is an extremely wide distinction. This is a hobby, right? This is something that is entertaining to us because we're learning something, right? But we've got to keep the group. Yeah, that's it. Answer the questions, engage, have fun. Yes?
One more thing, nerd girls. You know, this is a thing that's happening with the young folks, is that women are getting more engaged in technology. So, you know, if you know a gal who's technical, or who wants to get technical, this would be a great time to talk with her.
It happens to want to talk about audio stuff for hours and hours on end.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to bore them. No,
Yeah.
but we don't have to bore her, talk her leg off, you know. Just,
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
You know, but you know, the funny thing is that I can rattle off our 4 girls that I know of on DIY audio, and that is not a good ratio, right? Right. One of them's a professional audio designer. One of them winds up being a student. One of them's a doctor, and the 4th one, I don't know what she does. Actually, no, I can think of 5 right now, but that is a bad ratio. We need more. Engage them. No, that doesn't count. This has got nothing to do with this discussion. I am going to shut up now. In conclusion, oh yes, Herb.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I missed the first couple of sentences, but I wanted to mention, just because I had to start out myself knowing 0, and I'm noticing in the crowd there's some really smart people in this room.
There are some fantastically smart
What you
people.
need if you're starting, and I still need, is mentors.
Yes.
And forums are probably really good, especially if guy or girl, whoever isn't being a real smart ass, finding someone to mentor with, to say, hey, by the way, and I do use, I still need green wires for the heaters and red wires for the big plug, but a mentor.
Absolutely.
They're in this room, I know
They
are.
they
Don't
are
be
in this
afraid
room.
to ask someone to be your mentor.
They are in this room, but the question with that one comes down to is, are the new people even going to ask for the mentor? We have to go ahead and offer before they ask. That's huge.
I'm a new
Yes,
person.
thank you.
Hello, new person, hooray!
I don't know shit.
Well, let's build something. So,
I have the loudspeaker design portion of what I want to make. That's fine, right? Down for stuff correction, all this stuff, building the word working, all that stuff's fine. But when it comes to like building amps, I'm here to learn. The problem I have, and it's not necessarily with DIY audio specifically, it's any form that I'm on, right? Because I have other hobbies too, like cars, reef tanks, whatever. There's so much conflicting information.
yes.
It's me. Like sometimes I just close the computer and I sit on my couch and I just turn my brain off because I just can't handle it anymore. So the mentor thing is a really good idea because I did find a couple of people that I talked to that helped me with the
Find
selection,
somebody
all
who
that stuff, and it was
who
much
can
easier,
help
yeah.
translate the BS, because there's lots of BS in every
Lots
hobby.
of input.
In every hobby, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe like on the message boards, there could be somewhere like where you can have a section on how to go from a kit to like a partial build, like how to make those jumps, right? Because
Yeah, that has a lot to do with just how the documentation happens.
Right.
And as I'm making more, I'm starting to get a handle on that, but
so
I don't want to be
how do
doing
you
it
go
for
to
the rest of my life.
stage? And
Yeah.
if you have a whole prototype builds, like you want to get to this stage, try doing this.
Sure,
Because
sure.
all the old books that he was talking about, they have that in the book. That the two books have suggested paths of like where to go.
Yeah,
So you used to in the 50s, like build this one first, then try
Or they
this.
could be ranked, the difficulty of the project, which is hard
Right.
to do, we've tried to,
Right.
it's not always that easy.
Right.
That might be helpful.
Jim, in terms of outreach, the Audio Society in Minnesota, we have our own little subgroup.
right, right.
And we do projects every single year, and we bring in the headphone guys, we bring in different people. We always try and put something together. We built a bunch of Nelson stuff. We built ultrasonic record cleaners. We built power conditioners. We've done speaker projects. Of course, that turned into a contest, but it's about you need to be able to actually put the people together too.
Yeah, for sure.
We're trying to build community here. What we also should do is we should try and come up with some ways to connect people regionally, because one of the things that I do for a lot of the new builders is when they need to bias it up, I said, we'll bring it over, we'll put it on
Right.
the bench, let me look it over before you put the power to it, we'll bring it up on the variac, we'll look at it.
Again, the people
And-
in this room are the ones that are going to be able to start to figure out how to do that. And I agree 100% with that, is that we need that.
Did you mention the land camp started as a little build group? We just put on an event.
Yeah.
And invited 25 people to build an amplifier, and a surprising number of people were very excited about the idea. And the only rule is they couldn't have ever done anything with electronics, basically.
And it literally was an amp
Nelson
camp.
Pass designed the amp camp the ACA, for that purpose. And Nelson came, and there's some guys. I'm jealous. Nelson taught them how to solder.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people of us can say that, But that was an event. And it's like a party, and you can have 20 people over or something and build a project. And I know some of the audio societies did that for preamps and stuff, maybe the Minnesota one. And so that's a way, then you could invite your friends to these building events. I don't know. One of the
And this is a small enough group, this is a small enough niche that we can go ahead and have, a couple of regional things. And we're going to actually contact a lot of people in the group that would be actually interested. So yeah, let's talk about this. Let's figure out, let somebody start a forum thing, what we talked about more engagement at Burning Amp. Somebody start a forum thing and we'll talk about it somewhere.
We're running out of time.
I know, we're running out of time. There's some guy new to audio. What was it? Nelson Pass needs to talk? Let's let him talk.
He's a real know-it-all.
Yeah.